So I've noticed that in 2024, if you want to become an influencer, being a little good boy is not gonna do it anymore. The Brent Riveras of the internet have been phased out and overshadowed by the Aiden Rosses, the Jack Dohertys, the Neons, and essentially the entirety of Kick. But there's also a second choice. When you pull up to that fork in the road, there's gonna be two signs in front of you. One's gonna say dirtbag, shithole, fuckhead, bitch, and the other is gonna say racist Twitter personality. And for those who don't have what it takes to make it on Kick, they choose the latter, and then they're like, what is this? See, the joke here is that latter also means the second option. Yeah, that's right, I got a green screen. But some of you guys may have seen this video go viral a week, maybe 2 weeks ago.
Everybody I know who's married right now, they're married to broke-ass niggas. And they don't care. We don't give a fuck about your money. I couldn't care less about your fucking money. They're married to broke-ass niggas.
Now, after doing what you should never do, let me hear it. Double down. She got fired from her job because they are a sensible company. They know how to run a business. And on top of that, her TikTok gets deleted, which she obviously just made another one. Now, of course, when something like this happens, every racist influencer Twitter has to offer starts doing everything in their power to try and defend something like this, like it isn't a simple case of just blatant racism. I like how she pauses to grind some pepper after saying the N-word as to metaphorically season the word. She literally dropped that word into the bowl and was like, I think something's missing, and then sprinkled the literal ER onto it. If we had the video of her eating that salad, she would have dropped the hardest of R's. But I shit you not, just like that lady who thought she saw something on a plane, this girl's following increased to over 100,000, and honestly, she's worse than the plane lady. At least she was going on normal, quote-unquote normal podcasts doing interviews. This lady's first appearance was on fucking InfoWars.
I think this is your first public interview. Is this your first public interview?
Yes, I had to save it for my favorite InfoWars warrior.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Well, we're very honored.
You know, if you want to live in a free country, freedom of speech is the most important part. That's the only way you can preserve the rest of your freedoms. That is the fundamental freedom in this country, and it's really under attack these days. Like, everybody wants to be a victim. And so, you know, let's be real, there's not a lot of racism in this country. There is racism in other countries, but I won't mention that because we're talking about America right now. But in America, you're pretty damn lucky to be, you know, born in this country. And that's my opinion on that. So, you know, people can take a word out of context and they love to do that. And so they have to have a racist. So I'm a perfect racist for them. You know what I mean? So I think it's just willful ignorance, people taking things out of context, and they have to have a villain. So if I'm going to be the villain for the day, that's fine. I volunteer.
So what exactly did we take out of context? How did anyone take you using the N-word out of context? Like, even the host is laughing like, bitch, you just said the N-word and now you're trying to make a career out of it. That's straight up, that's context. All the context is right there. And how fucking stupid do you gotta be to say that there's not a lot of racism in America when you are actually comfortable enough to try and make a career off saying a racial slur? No, yeah, there's no racism in America. Just look at her fucking house. Her life is probably like the movie Get Out, and the only black people she knows are the ones that are fucking brainwashed into doing whatever their handler says. So going based off that, she's like, yeah, niggas be tripping, honestly. The funniest thing about everything that's happening to her, it's not that she's getting these interviews, it's not that she got this crazy following, it's not that she got a picture with Sneeko, it's the fact that it is painfully obvious that she is not cut out to be a person who is known for strictly saying racial slurs. I don't know how to explain it, but after you watch this video, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about.
Hey, America. Hey, people not having kids. You are some stupid motherfuckers out there. The birth rate is declining, and what are you doing? You're getting married. Like, why even bother fucking getting married, you loser? You're getting married, you have some fucking dog in a stroller like a faggot, and then what are you doing? How are you helping America? We're letting the birth rates decline, and I'm speaking particularly to white people. So today, I want you to take the time out of your day to thank a single mom, because us girls getting knocked up, we're the only ones helping with the declining birth rate. You're welcome, America. You're fucking welcome. God.
Is it just me, or do you guys see what I mean? It's the nervous face touching, the stuttering, saying the wrong words, and then not even being able to make eye contact with the camera. You can see behind her that the car's not moving, so there's no reason for her to be looking in front of her. She's doing that just in case anybody walks by so she can put the phone even lower and be like, oh, that wasn't... She also just drops random slurs in the middle of her sentences that don't even go well together. She sounds like a fucking middle schooler. One of those middle schoolers who thinks they're cool because they saw an episode of South Park accidentally because their parents didn't turn off their TV in time. Like, you can tell this is probably like her third or fourth time trying to record this without messing up, which is why she's probably not looking at the camera. She's trying to remember everything that needs to be said. She's trying to remember the little script she wrote in her notes. A feature for iPhones. You can record while having your notes up on the screen, like Cameo. Like Cameo but plus notes. But even then, this was like a solid C+ performance at best. Also, how's she gonna talk about what are we doing for America when her LinkedIn has her listed as a fucking graphic designer? Unless you're gonna redesign the American flag, shut the fuck up. Like, just look at this next video, and right away you can notice the same things that were wrong with the first one.
Okay, we got a problem in this country, and it's people not getting married, not putting a ring on it, and not having kids. But conversely, we also have a problem with a lot of women voting, and they're voting Democrat, they're voting leftist. If you want to fix that problem, you have to wife these women up. Like, we have to stop being incels and stop going up to girls and, oh, no, girls are all just bitches, they're all just whores, let's not even go and ask them out. Stop being a pussy and put a fucking ring on it if you want to fix the voting problem. That's how you fix it, motherfuckers. Like, anybody who votes leftist, they're single women with no kids and whatever, and they're jaded with life. So if you want to fix this problem, it's not trashing women and making them go further away from the conservative movement. It's by manning the fuck up and putting a ring on it.
Dog, look at her face after she's done talking. She is exhausted from talking for 50 seconds, not even a minute. And in this video, there's even less eye contact and more face touching than the first one. You can tell she needs to do these videos alone, because if anyone questions anything of what she says for even a second, she's gonna start stuttering and backtracking like crazy. And what's funny is that even though she talks about y'all need to wife a dude up and have a baby, what are y'all doing getting a relationship, not having a kid? What are you not doing ruining your life for 18+ years? And it's like, well, we don't want to end up being a single mother like you. Somebody found that she had a business making baby stuff where it shows her and her baby. I'm not gonna show the baby, but it looks like she was messing around with some N-words, if you know what I mean. But leave it to a woman who got fucking dumped to tell other women how to live their life. I'm not even a woman, and I think that sounds fucking stupid. But to this day, she is still trying to be that edgy girl on Twitter, which could work in her favor since making videos is not her strong suit. But like 2 days ago, she replied to a picture of Marlon Wayans doing some LGBT photo shoot, and she's like, I'm sorry, but black gays are more gay than white gays. A white guy designed the rainbow flag. I don't want to hear shit about black people being more gay than white people. What significant thing have black people made for the gay community other than RuPaul's Drag Race? See, the joke here is that I don't know if that shows for gay people or not. But yeah, guys, if you're trying to be a racist Twitter influencer, then you gotta go knuckles deep in that bitch. All that face touching, not being able to look me in the eyes when you call me a fag, and telling people to get married and have a kid when your ass got left being a single mother is definitely not gonna work out for you in the long run. Until then, see you guys tomorrow. But I'm editing this video yesterday because I had to stop and go 45 minutes out of the way to get my cast on. And then 45 minutes back. So see ya whenever I'm done editing this video. Half peace.